Hello everyone, this is my day 2 video challenge. First, my disclaimer. Some of you may not like what I say, but I'm speaking my truth. I will not be mentioning any names or places, so please don't comment the names or places of what or who I'm speaking about. This is not why I am doing this. This challenge for me is to help those that can relate and may have gone or is going through something similar. So let's begin. Today, I want to share the real reason why I started my healing and spiritual journey. My breaking point was witnessing the murder of Mr. George Perry Floyd Jr. Put some respect on the name. Those who knew and know me know that I love God, hands down. Sometimes I would receive a text from someone and they would ask me to cover them in prayer or say a prayer for someone specific, and I would, no questions asked. I honestly don't meet a stranger. I was born and raised in a Baptist family. We were taught to love all people, treat people with respect, and love God. Growing up, my father taught me the importance of supporting mom and pop stores. To the youngest who may be watching or listening, these are stores that are literally owned by a family. And on a good day, when you visit the store, you could be speaking directly to the owner. My dad would tell me, support these type of stores whenever I can, because when you support them, you're helping them put food directly on their tables and a roof over their heads. And that has been my mission since I was young. Now, the first church I was actively attending, I wanted to volunteer. I wanted to greet people at the door and usher them into the church. And the deacons of this church, I remember telling me that I couldn't volunteer because I had children out of wedlock. I was taken back, y'all. I wasn't one that read my Bible consistently at that time, but I knew that was not a requirement in the Bible. I look back at it now, and I know that if I had went to the pastor of the church during that time, he would have let me ushered. But not too long after the pastor left, I ended up leaving as well. Then God led me to another church once we moved out of state. How God brought me to this particular church, I actually share in one of my private videos in my group. But simply put, God led me to this church when I started to get settled in. I was able to volunteer without even being a member. I was in awe, and I started to see the difference between both places of worship. Ushering was all I wanted to do. I wanted to greet people, show them love, get to know them, and have conversations about God. I served at this particular church for a little over 10 years, both myself and my family. I said I would never attend a huge church with a large congregation, but I did, and I knew a good percentage of everyone there. I may not remember all of their names, but I remember their smiling faces, some of their hugs, and I remember the conversations that we would have before and after church. I remember talking with an atheist every Sunday, and I met some Muslims as well. We had some great conversations. I even went to see my atheist buddy be baptized. And y'all, that was a humbling experience that I was able to witness and to know his journey personally. Now, I'm just sharing bits and pieces because I have to be mindful of my time, but I just wanted you to know how dedicated I was and am about the church. But like I said, my breaking point was when I witnessed the murder of George Floyd. I had reached out to someone that I respected not only as a sister, but as a mother figure. They were also my small group leader. I know God tried to warn me by telling me, no, don't do it. But I thought I was trying to talk myself out of it. But when I had that conversation with them, I tried to tell my small group leader how I was feeling about everything that was unfolding in front of me. They came with a response that I wasn't expecting, and it literally shut me down. I had to literally step away ASAP. And then I had another lady that was in the same small group with me that I also respected. She told me that my sons were meant to be sacrifices right after the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. And y'all, I got into her using the Good Samaritan. I called her the Levite. For those of you that don't know, that's not a good thing. And as a matter of fact, if you would like to read it, you can Google it, or it's in the Bible. Just look for Luke chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. Again, it's Luke chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. And you can read it for yourself. It's a great parable. It's also called the Good Samaritan. in the Bible. Now there are multiple versions, so let's select the version that you can relate to. Okay? I went into hermit mode from there, and I already talked to God on a constant basis, but this time it was different. It was almost as if God was saying to me, I tried to warn you, but you didn't listen. So you had to find out for yourself. So those are the type of conversations that I have with God. Because for me, I didn't have anyone to turn to that could relate with what I was going through then and now. So if you or someone you may know could benefit from hearing my story, don't hesitate to share this video. Share it anyway. You never know. So, but I had to do my own healing journey, and I'm still doing it. It's definitely not easy, but it's worth it. I started to realize as long as I know who I am and whose I am, no man or woman in the physical could tell me any different. I don't need a church, a pastor or a preacher or a teacher to tell me that God loves me. I know I am loved. All I needed was to trust God. How am I healing? I'm healing by having 2 spiritual mentors that are spiritually aligned, and they don't even know that. But I talk to them every week. I continue to stay true to who I am, and I remove myself from negative people and situations. I have created a safe space to have conversations, and I record myself speaking about my journey to encourage others that has come across my path. I'm over the constant lies. I'm over the people knowing the truth but don't speak out. I'm over the people that say they're Christian, but they have their noses turned up at others that don't think or move like they move. If I can help at least one person to see their worth, I would be ecstatic. There have been so many people where the church has not reflected the love of God, because the God I know is a God that loves. Every walking and living being on this earth has a purpose in life, but it's up to us to choose if we want to do what is right or what is wrong. There is no in between. That's your free will. I didn't have anyone to turn to, and this journey can get lonely, and I had to learn that, and that's okay. So if you are looking for a safe space with me, you can comment below or send me a DM. Even though I am a woman, men are welcome to follow me as I do my 30-day challenge. You may find something that might benefit you. Hopefully, I can share some tidbits. You never know. But I thank you all for supporting me on my day 2 video challenge. Y'all have a great one.